Circling back round now for the convention here in Southend, I'm standing next to a man who's been in the original 3 Star Wars films, David Stone. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much indeed for asking.
Oh, the first thing I have to ask for anyone, especially in these original films, how did you get the part? What was surely there's a good story behind that.
Well, as I mentioned, I went to drama school after school and university, and then I got somebody wind of something happening at Elstree, an audition for people wearing rubber heads. So I thought, I'll go along.
I fancy that.
Yeah, see what it's all about. So I go along, of course I got the part. And it was this one particular one, and it was called The Multi-Eyed Creature.
Yep.
Because at the time, Lucas didn't give any of the names to any of the characters.
The toys hadn't been released yet, yeah. The toys hadn't been released yet to give them a name, yeah.
So anyway, I did that, and I wore this head in a load of scenes with the land speeder, in the canteen scene, you know, all the dance disco scenes. Do you remember?
I remember those, yep.
And anyway, we did all that, blah blah blah, and then when we wrapped on A New Hope, the first one, he said, "Do you want to be in the second?" And which was the Return of the Jedi, as a B-wing pilot, which I went on to be, as you can see on those photos.
I can, yep.
And then that was quite interesting. I did a bit of doubling for Mark Hamill.
Oh, wow.
While he was away in America, I think he was in LA or somewhere. Rather than call him, they put me up 40 foot up in the air in Elstree. This was mostly done at Elstree, except for the first one. We went to Tunisia.
That's right.
And we did the land speeder scene. But then from the Return of the Jedi, playing the B-Wing, went on to Empire Strikes Back to be an X-Wing. So Lucas he seemed to keep us on like a little family, keep us on. And then I was on that for quite a few months, being the X-Wing. That's in the control room there, that particular photo with.
And that's
Carrie,
surrounded by a ton of people.
That's me there, Carrie Fisher there, and blah blah blah. So it was very interesting. I mean, it was amazing, really, from something that was going to be nothing to something that's taken the world by storm. I mean, it's amazing what happened.
Did you maybe not so much on the first film, but in the subsequent films, did you start to realise, I'm working on something really quite big here?
Well, we even did on the first one in the end, because Lucas then, he must have got wind of something, and then he realised that we were going to be given character and contracts. Yeah. So my name on the multi-eyed creature was changed to Wioslea, which was the character that I played, that multi-eyed head. Yep. And then he realised that something big was going to happen, and that's when he went on to sort of, forethink about the new one, the next one, and the next one, and blah blah blah.
It's almost like he knew what he was doing all along, didn't he, George? Yeah.
Well, it seemed to trigger off something, the first one, and then, but then good for him and good for people in the world, because there's millions of people follow it. Yeah. And I don't think there's not many people who have said to me that the recent ones are as good as the first three, but people are biased, aren't they? Some people say yes, some people say no. Yeah.
Then, as long as it's all part of one big story, then that's the main thing. Okay.
There's a big following on all this Star Wars stuff. If you were in Star Wars, no matter what you did, you could have been the cleaner. I mean, you would have been followed.
People are interested in what you've got to say, so
exactly.
And that's lovely though as well.
Yeah,
so, do you have any kind of major memories of working, like I say, with Carrie or with Mark, maybe on those films?
With Alec Guinness,
Sir Alec,
Alec was very quiet man, a very unassuming man, and I think he was sort of beginning to wonder what, on the first one, because that was the character, the multi-eyed, with Alec Guinness and Mark. He was wondering what the hell he was doing there. But then, it all sort of slotted into place after about 6 months or a year. Yep. Because it became a blockbuster. as you know.
Yeah.
And then he went on to do the second one and the third one and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I sort of left there. Well, I didn't actually leave the films and telly. I did a couple of other things, The Stud, and then what else did I do? A Brigitte Bardot film. I was the best man.
Nice.
In a scene when she came over from...
Because she's working in Italy, wasn't she? Pardon? She's been working in Italy quite a lot, I think, at the time. Yeah.
But this was years ago. Yeah, I mean, she was stunning.
Yeah.
Looking we were filming in the Tower of London. This particular film 2 weeks in September, and then The Stud, and then I went off and did a holiday complex in Devon. I bought a holiday thing in Devon because it's more stable.
Yeah.
Financially, you got regular money coming in and blah blah blah. So I bought that. Then 5 years ago, I sold it and moved back to London and thought, do you know what, it's a good time, because they kept asking me would I do the conventions when I was down there, and I said, I can't, I'm running a holiday complex I bought, you can't do everything in life. And then when I sort of sold that, moved back to London, because my mum's up here, I thought it's a good time to start doing the comics.
I was going to say, how long have you been on the circuit? Because some people have been there since conventions began, others are fairly new to it.
4 or 5 years.
And how have you found that? Have you just been in the UK, or have you been able... Bless you. That was a big one. Check in.
How did you find them? Sorry.
Have you been around the UK, or have you been Europe, around the world? Or
America, Canada,
wow,
all over the place. And Europe, a lot of Europe.
Man, that's not bad, is it?
In America.
Oh yeah, there's. You think there's a few conventions in the UK? There's seems to be one every week in the States. So, but he's going to sneeze again. The talking about Star Wars is causing David to get so excited here. But that's fantastic. Hearing about the convention, hearing about the stories behind the scenes. This is my daughter. Yes, she is.
Olivia.
You're pretty. You take after your dad, don't you? David, thank you so much for giving a couple of minutes and talking to us today. Cheers.